Hi guys. Okay, as promised, we are going to do Act 3 today, and this is a long one. It's 14 pages long, so you can pull up the text that I put up and follow along, and we'll stop and discuss a little bit. And then tomorrow, I'm going to record a video from a 1970 film of Julius Caesar, and we're going to watch the death scene together, and I'll stop the video and discuss some things so that you know kind of what's going on, because the language in the video from the movie is different, and you'll see that and it'll be hard to understand, so we'll kind of walk through that together. So we'll have this video today with the reading. Tomorrow we'll walk through the film, and then Friday, you will just do vocab for, actually, no, that's wrong. We will do, I think, actually, I'm going to probably wait until next week for the funeral speeches. So yeah, you'll probably do like a vocab on Friday, and that'll be your assignment for the week. And the next week we'll start, because there's these funeral speeches and they're a bit long, and I want to be able to answer questions and things like that. So go ahead and pull up the Act 3. It's the first scene. It should look like this. It's in front of the Capitol. A crowd, including Artemidorus and the fortune teller, awaits. Trumpets sound. Caesar, Brutus, Cassius, Casca, Decius, Metellus, Trebonius, Cinna, Antony, Lepidus, Populus, Publius, and others enter. So all the conspirators, even some that are not, come into the Capitol. Caesar, the Ides of March have come. Fortune teller, yes, but not gone. Artemidorus, offering his letter. Hail, Caesar, read this. Decius, Trebonius wants you to read his letter first. Artemidorus, Caesar, read mine first. It concerns you more than his. Please read it now. Remember, his tells Caesar who or what's about to happen to him. Caesar says, what concerns me will be read last. So since Artemidorus said, this is about you, Caesar, Caesar's like, oh, no, I'm not very important, so I'll read that later. Artemidorus, don't wait, read it now. Caesar, is this guy crazy? Publius, sir, step down. Cassius, why do you want this to be read now? Come to the Capitol. Caesar goes forward, the rest follow. Populus to Cassius, good luck today. Cassius, with what? Populus, goodbye. Populus advances toward Caesar. Brutus, what did Populus say? Cassius, he wished me good luck. I think our plot has been discovered. Cassius is starting to get a little bit paranoid. He thinks that people know about what's going to happen. Brutus, look, he's going up to Caesar. Watch him. Cassius, Brutus, what should we do? Brutus, calm down. Populus isn't telling Caesar our plan. He's smiling. Caesar doesn't look worried. Cassius, Trebonius is ready. He's moving Mark Antony out of the way. Antony and Trebonius leave. Decius, where is Metellus Cimber? It's time to present his concerns to Caesar. Cinna, Casca, you have to go first. They all enter the Senate house. So Caesar is now like up in the front, and he is taking charge, and he's kind of leading that day's meeting, so to speak. Caesar, are we all ready? Bring me your problems. What must we work on today? Metellus, he's one of the conspirators, he gets on his knees and he says, oh, Caesar, mighty Caesar, I kneel with a humble heart. Caesar says, do not bow. It doesn't move me. I won't change the laws. Your brother has been banished for a reason. If you beg, I will kick you away like a dog. I will not change my mind without good reason. Metellus says, please let me speak for my brother. And Brutus gets on his knees and says, I kiss your hand. I don't want to flatter you, but will you let Publius Cimber come home? So they're setting up this death scene. They're having Metellus. Metellus' brother has been banned from Rome. And so he says, he gets on his knees and he's like, oh, please let my brother come home. Please, take away the banishment. And Caesar's like, no, I'm not going to do that. He's like, you can't beg me to do that. I'm a good leader. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not going to be swayed. And so Brutus gets on his knees and says, reiterates, please let Metellus Cimber's brother come back. And Caesar says, oh. He's like, what? Brutus, like, why are you doing this? And Cassius gets on his knees. Pardon, Caesar. I beg for Publius Cimber's pardon. Caesar's getting kind of frustrated and he says, I would be moved by this if I were like you. I am not a beggar. I am as constant as the North Star. I am unmoved. I don't change my mind. I am not like other men. I will show you. Publius will stay banished. So he is marking his ground. He wants to stay firm. That's what makes a good leader in his mind. So he will not be swayed. He's not going to be convinced to change his mind. Cinna gets on his knees and says, oh, Caesar. Caesar says, go away. You cannot move a mountain as strong as me. Decius kneels. Great Caesar. Casca, hands speak for me. Casca stabs Caesar. The others also stab Caesar. Brutus is last. Caesar says, you too, Brutus? Then falls Caesar, and Caesar dies. Cinna cries, freedom! Caesar's rule is over. Shout it in the streets. Brutus, people and senators, don't be afraid. Don't run. Caesar's desire for power is gone. Casca says, go to the stage, Brutus. Okay, so they've killed him, and now there's people all around, and so they want them to know that what they did and why they did this was for those people's own good. And so they're like, yes, we're free. Let's cry freedom. And he's no longer in rule. And so, he's telling the people, don't be afraid. It's okay. And so Decius says, and Cassius too. Brutus, where's Publius? Cinna, here. He's really confused. Metellus, stand together. Be ready to fight. Some of Caesar's friends may... Brutus, don't talk about fighting. Publius, don't worry. We won't harm you or any other Romans. Cassius, go tell them, Publius. Be careful. Don't let them hurt you. Brutus, poor Publius. We are the ones who should pay for this. We are the ones who did it. Trebonius enters again. Cassius, where is Antony? Trebonius, he ran to his house. He was stunned. People are crying. They run like the world is ending. Brutus, we'll find out what fate has in store. We all die sometime. Cassius, we cut short so many years worrying about death. Brutus, we're Caesar's friends. We've done him a favor. He'll no longer fear death. Let's bathe our hands in Caesar's blood. Let's smear our swords. We'll walk about the marketplace. We'll wave our red swords. Let's cry peace, freedom, and liberty. Where did we see that before? Calpurnia's dream. She dreamed that people were bathing in Caesar's blood, and it came true. Cassius says, let's do it. They smear their hands and swords with Caesar's blood. Everyone in the future will know us. We gave our country liberty. Decius, what should we do now? Do we leave? Cassius, yes, Brutus will lead. We will follow. We are the best hearts in all of Rome. Antony's servant enters. Brutus, who's coming? A friend of Antony's? Servant, kneeling. Brutus, my master said to kneel. He sends a message. He says Brutus is wise, brave, and honest. Caesar was mighty, bold, royal, and loving. He loves Brutus and honors him. He feared and honored Caesar. Antony wants to come here. He wants to know why Caesar had to die. If you tell him, he will honor you. He will follow you. That is what my master says. Okay, so remember, Antony is Caesar's friend, and he told his servant to go and tell Brutus and Cassius that he loves Brutus and Cassius, and he honors him, and he also feared and honored Caesar. Okay, so he says he wants to talk to them and see their reasons for doing this. Brutus, your master is wise and brave. Tell him to come here. I will tell him what he wants to know. I won't hurt him. Servant, I'll get him now. The servant leaves. Brutus, I know that Antony will be a good friend. Cassius, I hope so, but I fear him. Okay, so there's a little bit of discrepancy there. Brutus really thinks Antony's going to be a really good guy and understand. Cassius isn't sure. Antony comes in. Brutus, welcome, Mark Antony. Antony, seeing the body of Caesar. Oh, mighty Caesar, are you really dead? Your glories are over. Antony turns back to the men. What will you do now? Who else must die? If you want me dead, kill me now. I will die with Caesar. I will die by the words that killed him, by the swords that killed him. If you think I'm your enemy, do it now. There is no better time to die. Brutus, Antony, don't ask us to kill you. We must appear cruel. You see our bloody hands. You see Caesar's body, but you don't see our hearts. We pity Caesar. His greed for power made us do this. We did it for the good of Rome. But we respect you, Antony. We will not kill you. Cassius, you will have a strong voice in choosing our new leaders. Brutus, be patient. The people are filled with fear. We have to calm them. Then I'll tell you why we did this. We loved Caesar, but it had to be done. Antony, I don't doubt your reasons. I wish to shake all your hands. He shakes all the hands of the conspirators. You must see me as a coward or a flatterer. I did love Caesar, it's true. Oh, Caesar, it must grieve you to see me shaking hands with your killers. I want to cry. I'm sorry. Forgive me. You are like a deer struck by many hunters. They are covered in your blood. Caesar loved the world, and the world loves Caesar. Cassius, Mark Antony, I don't blame you for praising Caesar, but what does it mean? Can we still count on you? Antony, that's why I shook your hands. I was swayed for a moment when I looked at Caesar. I'll be your friend. Tell me why you thought Caesar was dangerous. Brutus, our reasons are good. You will be satisfied. Antony, that's all I ask. Please bring his body to the marketplace. I would like to speak at his funeral. Brutus, we will bring him, and you can speak. Cassius, Brutus, may I speak with you? So he pulls Brutus aside, and he's like, think about that. People might be moved by Antony's words if he speaks at the funeral. Brutus says to Cassius, I'll speak first. I'll say why Caesar had to die. They'll know Antony speaks with our say-so. We want Caesar to have all the honors the dead deserve. It will help us. Cassius, I still don't think it's a good idea. Or I still don't like the idea. So again, they're differing. Brutus, Mark Antony, take Caesar's body. You'll speak after I do. Don't blame us in your speech. Say good things about Caesar. Let the people know we're letting you speak. If you won't agree, you won't have anything to do with his funeral. Antony, I can't ask for more than that. Brutus, prepare the body. Come with us. All but Antony leave. Okay, so before I read Antony's part, right now it looks like he's, in it with them. He understands, he wants to hear the reasons, but he's going to be on their side and, not take this too personally, and he's going to speak at the funeral, even though Brutus said, or Cassius doesn't like it. Brutus says, oh, I'll go first. That way, I can tell the people that we're letting Antony speak and it'll all be okay. Okay, now everybody leaves and Antony's alone. Antony says, oh, forgive me, dead body, for being kind to your killers. Here's what's left of you, the best man that ever lived. I pity your killers. A great war will break out. It will be bloody. It will be cruel. Caesar's spirit will get its revenge. The dogs of war will be unleashed. Octavius's servant enters. Servant. Octavius got Caesar's letters. He's on his way. They told me to tell you. He sees the body. Oh, Caesar. Antony. Go away and cry. Seeing your sadness wants to make me cry. Where's your master? Servant. He is 20 miles from Rome. Antony. Go and tell him what happened. It's dangerous for him here. Before you go, help me take the body to the marketplace. I will make a speech. We'll see how the people react. Help me, then go tell Octavius. Okay, Octavius is another important person that is going to come into play. But he's loyal to Caesar, and Antony tells Octavius' servant, because Octavius is about 20 miles away, he tells Octavius' servant to go tell Octavius what happened, and that they're going to get revenge. And that's what Antony said when he was just speaking to Caesar's body, that he was just, he was faking it, basically, with the conspirators. He is not going to be on their side. He's going to flip it, and he's going to get revenge for Caesar's death. There's going to be war. There's going to be death. There's going to be a lot of things. So that's kind of the secret at the end of this scene, is that Antony is really not on their side, but he's still on the side of Caesar. So that's the end of the video for today. Again, tomorrow look for that video where I'll go through from the 1970 film, and it's a bit interesting, but I'll stop and discuss and things like that. So I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.